G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. We are here with the Acolyte, episode 6. Previously on we had death, and more death. Sol, May, and Osha, the only survivors. We have some sweet lightsaber fights. Man, everyone's saying, oh, it's the best thing. The best fight since... what, Duel of the Fates, maybe episode 1 is what everyone's saying. And I completely agree. It was unbelievable what they did last week. However, and it does beat episode 1 in terms of like pure choreography. However, in terms of like story and, well, let's say lore, just in terms of pure like story and the impact that that fight actually has on the greater Star Wars picture. Episode 1 has this one hands down, because unfortunately at this stage we don't even know what the story is here. We don't know who this guy is, whether he's Sith, whether he's a Knight of Ren. We don't know whether he's an apprentice or master. We don't know who his master... if he's an apprentice, we don't know who his master is. Is it Plagueis? Is it Tenebrous? Who the hell knows? I have since learned since last week that they did play Kylo Ren's theme. Was it a couple of times? Maybe 2 or 3 times during the episode. And that's leading people to say that he is a Knight of Ren, possibly an origin story for that whole sect. But otherwise, I mean, we had Kalnaka drawing symbols for the Prime Jedi, I believe is what it's called. It's that yin yang symbol. People think that is the Prime Jedi symbol. So there's this sort of connection with that too popping up. It's the same symbol that May has on her forehead. And regarding May, as she cut her hair, which apparently pissed a lot of people off with a lightsaber. Not that the first time that's happened in Star Wars, you know, that's how they cut off like Padawan braids and this and that. They use lightsabers. So that's not the first time people have been cutting their hair in Star Wars. I don't understand why people were mad about it. But yes, she has cut her hair. She's taken her Osha's place with Sol, and they were just about to get onto their ship on their way back to Coruscant. And Osha is now with Kamir. So we'll just have to wait for the fallout with that. We have to see what May's actual plan is, because she kind of likes to backflip. First she wants to kill the Jedi, then she wants to turn herself in, and now she's going undercover. And everybody also getting mad about like how Sol couldn't, didn't know that May wasn't Osha, and they can't sense the Sith. And I was like, pretty much everyone else's reaction to that is basically the same. Like, bro, they couldn't even sense Palpatine. And regardless of that, like, Sol just went through something traumatic as hell. With his discovery of this Sith Ren guy, and then everybody else dying around him. Like, his emotions would be clouding his judgment. His connection to the Force would be kind of clouded at the moment with all the heightened emotions that he'd be feeling. So, I don't know, people mad. Yeah, I mean, people just tend to nitpick. There wasn't a lot they could really nitpick at this. There was one video going around of some dude who was getting mad at the choreography when he was slowing it down, and it just looked fake as hell, and that was like the whole point. You know, that's what happens when you do that. So everyone was ragging on that. That was pretty funny. Otherwise, man, I mean, last episode was fantastic. Hopefully they keep it up. And before we get on to episode 6, before we get to the fallout of what happened last episode, let's read comments that I got from Threshman Entertainment, who says, I felt he could possibly have been a Ren looking to build his generation of knights. However, if going the Sith route, I feel this is a rogue apprentice seeking to topple his master in secret. If he survives the Jedi in this series, the true Sith Master will eliminate him. In my mind, I think it would be cool to see the Knights explored. However, their presence in the comics have been pretty cool, especially when they raided Fortress Vader on Mustafar and he recognized their names. So they've had a presence for some time. Just my thoughts and hopes, though. I mean, that's cool. I mean, I don't know anything about the Knights of Ren. I've not read. I'm not a huge Star Wars freak. I say that in a good way. I've never done a deep dive into the whole Star Wars lore. I've seen the movies, I've watched the shows, but I've never read the comic books or the books in general. I've tried reading a couple of books here and there, but I just couldn't keep reading them. Maybe it was the style I don't think it was the story. I think it was just the style of writing or something. I don't know. Just whatever it was made me stop reading them. Yeah, so the Knights of Ren, I know them from the sequel trilogy, and that's about it. I know they all died, at least those guys did, by Kylo Ren, who did that single-handedly, took down all down. So I don't know, man. It'd be cool if there is an origin story with them in this. My current theory that, Khmer is either Plagueis or Tenebris themselves. Who knows? I mean, it could be a young Plagueis. We don't know. We don't know what Plagueis' real name is, right? We know Sidious is Palpatine, and like that's it. We know Dooku. What was his? Well, yeah, Dooku's Sith name. What was that again? My mind's drawing a blank, but whatever his Sith name is, he also has a real name. So Khmer, however you want to say it. If he is a Sith, he has a Sith name. Could be Plagueis. Who knows? But yeah, it could be either way. I'm excited to see where they actually go with the story. Whether or not there is a first or whether this is just a standalone season or there is a season 2. They could continue the story in comic book form or books or whatever. But who knows how it goes, man. And then we got a comment from Weston Byrne, who says they did play Kylo Ren's theme twice, which I've only just heard one other person mention. So it's like I'm living in the Twilight Zone. So my current theory is that it's Ren and that he's the apprentice of someone else wanting to branch out on his own. Yeah, so I from what I've learned on the internet, everyone's either taking sides, whether they're Ren or Sith, and I don't know. I couldn't tell you when they played Kylo Ren's theme because I don't even remember what that is, or what it sounds like. I'd be curious if they did play it during the Force healing at the end. There weren't a lot of reactors that mentioned that from what I saw, but there was a Force heal at the end there. I don't know whether they played Kylo Ren's theme on that, but it's cool. We do know there's also things popping up on the internet that Kylo Ren's theme was there for a purpose, so it could be a Knight of Ren at this stage, but I don't know. And on top of that, I think the only other thing would be cortosis. That is the metal that Khmer was using to block the lightsabers. I had to Google that because I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not Beskar. It's one of those things, like it sounded different than a regular Beskar hit. It also shorted out lightsabers, which I've not seen Beskar do in The Mandalorian or anything like that. So I had to Google it. Apparently it is something called cortosis. Apparently that is Legends stuff, I think. I'm not entirely sure on that one. But it's been a thing in Star Wars for quite a while, apparently. And that's what it does. It shorts out lightsabers and stuff, which, kudos to Yord for picking up on that and using the helmet to... Not that it mattered much, but he did use it against Khmer for a little bit, and that's what led them to using Force Fu, which led to him getting his neck snapped. It is what it is. But yes, I've learned what cortosis is. And it's one of those things where it's like every time I watch a new Star Wars show or even just a brand new episode, I always learn something new. What the hell is this thing? Looked a bit like a penguin crossed with a... I don't know. Is this the planet we saw in like the first episode where we first saw the stranger? Unknown planet. You know what? I have to pause it. I read something today on X, and there was some explanation about an unknown planet. Like they were actually describing it. Apparently it's come up before, and it has a connection with Plagueis and Tenebris and Cortosis. Apparently there's some... What they were talking about is the planet, this unknown planet that that I'm talking about hasn't named, but it has an abundance of cortosis. Yeah, I'm trying to find it now, but I thought I saved it just so I could look at it later, but apparently not. So I'm gonna have to look it up later. But yes, so as soon as I saw Unknown Planet, it brought me straight back to what I saw on that little post that I saw on X. I'll have to look for it later. Yeah, they've got beaks like an anteater type deal. I don't know.
Please. GX, repeat.
There's been
An awakening.
My whole team is dead.
Basil. Is Basil following her?
I must speak to Master Vanestra.
Yes, Basil.
Someone knew we were coming.
Please. Bombs and run it.
There is a much larger threat than we anticipated.
Communications disruption can only mean one thing.
Invasion.
I'm going to reset the transceiver.
Okay, why is this scene dragging on? Nice. Hips up and running. Not that we can understand anything either of those two are saying. Damn. What caused those? Definitely know she's there.
How does it feel?
He's all the way out there.
Don't
what are you gonna do?
I'm wondering if it's honorable to kill me like this.
No, it's not.
Heat of
You're
battle.
naked, defenseless.
It's justified. But a few hours later, it's vengeance?
Did you kill Sol?
No.
Did you kill May?
No. Interesting you ask about him first, though.
Yep.
A special relationship, isn't it? Master and pupil?
Yeah, it's probably like a father figure. She's never had one.
I'm sorry. It's time to make things right.
You gonna tell us what really?
To face the High Council. To tell them everything.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna find out what really happened.
Everything? You speak as if you were a Jedi.
I was.
Ah, okay. He
Long
was a
time
Jedi.
ago.
I've never heard of you.
It was a really long time ago.
How long?
Why'd you bring me here?
What?
So he could be fucking Plagueis or Tenebris.
Leverage?
The hell?
Hey, relax, hey, whoa, relax, okay.
So Basil obviously know that's May. Damn, Pip. No. No, poor Pip.
The Jedi teach there's only one way to access the Force. And if you don't do it their way,
Yeah.
it fades. But there is another way.
She should know this,
Below
shouldn't
the
she?
surface of consciousness are powerful emotions. Anger, fear, loss,
Hate.
desire.
That's the path to the dark side.
It's the path to a non-Jedi.
Semantics.
Exactly.
A Jedi doesn't attack the unarmed.
Why do you still think of yourself as a Jedi? They didn't want you.
Yeah. Why did she leave the Jedi to begin with?
I left.
Why?
Good
because
question.
I chose to.
Why?
Are you sure about that?
They didn't throw me away.
Then why aren't you a Jedi?
Why aren't you a Jedi, Osha?
Too many health and safety violations?
Because I failed!
Failed what? She couldn't get rid of her attachments? Is that what she's going on about? Couldn't let go of the past?
Mark,
Someone just said Naboo.
are you joining us on the mission, Master?
I am.
To the Outer Rim, it's just... You get nauseous when you travel through hyperspace?
I don't get sick. I find it
Motion
unsettling.
sickness?
But, Master, I'm sure that
Alright.
these casualties are due to the...
So
planet's
Vanastra's
past
coming with, huh?
You
I
don't...
need to handle this personally.
How could I not have sensed that villain's true intentions when we first met him on Olega?
You recognize something.
I think when you really want something, it can cloud your mind. You see what you want to see. He fooled us all.
Like, what's happening now, huh?
Have you told me everything that happened on Brentok?
Obviously not.
You were very young.
We don't even know how you survived.
But I'm not now. You can tell me.
Please. Please do. Damn it.
Hello, is anybody there? Can you hear me?
Identify yourself.
My name is...
Well, Sol knows it's May.
Master
What tipped him
Sol,
off?
The rescue team is on their way. Leave your transponder on.
Was it literally just that conversation about Brendok?
I made a mistake with May. I thought she wanted more than just revenge. I thought she wanted what I want.
What do you want?
Thank you for asking.
The power of two.
Sith.
It blocks out all your senses?
So it's just you and the Force. And what you bring with you. Try it on.
I don't trust you.
It's a helmet.
Nor should you. But you should learn to trust yourself.
Poor Jackie. Yeah, like a force
No sign of
memory
Osha.
thing?
Or her twin. They must have survived somehow. What happened here?
What do you see?
Death.
His sole aim was to leave no survivors.
What the hell? That's a cool whip. How does that even
They were
work?
all killed by a lightsaber. What does that tell you?
Was she Kamir's master? What the fuck? She's got a whip.
I've had 16 years to think about what I would say to you if I ever got the opportunity.
Yeah. First question. How the fuck did you survive? Oh, I'm gonna fucking say it can't end there. Shit. Can't see shit in that thing. It's got the voice changer. What the hell? Why are you ending on that? You can't even see shit in that. So how the fuck is he such a good fighter? He said it was just you and the Force in there, yeah? So you gotta let the Force guide you through everything. Yeah, I have to take another look at that cool whip. Where was it? It was only for like a second. Yeah. So cool. It's such a cool whip. I'm just gonna rewind that back a little bit just so we get a clear picture. But yeah, such a good whip. It's a pity we only... I'm sure we'll see it more in further episodes, but... yeah. So cool. I don't know how that works on the lightsaber. Didn't think they'd be able to get that big. But that's cool. So Vanestra's got a cool whip. And the only other biggest takeaway is... well, takeaways really is... Sol knows that May is pretending to be Osha. And Osha's got the Cortosis mask on, which they actually named, which is pretty cool. It's probably just for everyone that didn't know what it was. Like myself, I had to Google it. If I didn't do that, I would have found out this episode. Yeah, this episode was called Teach Corrupt, right? Teach/Corrupt. And I think that's mainly aimed at Osha. He's trying to teach her, trying to corrupt her. And we can see here, you know, she's putting on the mask, letting the Force guide her. That breathing was cool. There's a voice modifier on that. I don't know what this planet is. Like I said, I did read one post, a single post on X about it. But for the life of me, I'm probably never going to find it again. Yeah, there was that one scene where I don't know what the purpose of that was with Sol, and he's just standing there. It went on for like, I don't know, 30 odd seconds of him just sort of standing there staring at something. And he came to some realization. I don't know whether that was about May or Osha, whether he sensed May in the Force or whatever, but he seemed to play along right up until May asked about Brandok. And then he stunned her. So I don't know if that's connected in any way. It was a weird scene to me. Like I said, it just kind of dragged on. So I don't know. But other than that, I mean, Vanestra's got a cool whip. And they're on the trail. I have no idea what planet they're on. Yeah. And that helmet, though, zero visibility. I'm surprised he was able to fucking swing his saber straight. Stormtroopers have a hard time shooting straight with their helmets on. So, damn. Yeah. The other thing is the scars on the back of Camille's back. I was going to say on the back of Camille's back, but that doesn't make sense. Yeah, the scars on Camille's back. They do look like whip marks, I have to say. So I'm going to assume that Vanestra is his former Jedi Master. He says he's lost everything. I don't know what that means. I think there was a theory floating around the last couple of weeks that he was on Brandok as well, but that doesn't make sense. Everyone there was a woman. But who knows, man? He says he's lost everything. No idea what that is. Every episode just brings more questions in. Yeah, Camille also mentioned that he needs the power of 2, which also lends credence to the Sith theory and the there's always 2 that they got going on. we do know that we need the power of 2 to enter a Sith temple. We saw that in Rebels. I forget the name of the planet. It was Twilight of the Apprentice, I think, with Ezra and Maul. Whatever that planet was called. They needed 2 to enter that temple in order to get the holocron. To activate the battle station or whatever. But yeah, so they needed 2. So maybe there's a connection to that. He might not be Sith. He could be... he still could very well be a Knight of Ren. Or the Knight of Ren, you know. And he's just looking to get into a Sith temple. That sort of thing. I don't know, man. That's just my current theory. He could just be master and apprentice. He could need an apprentice in order to take the life of his master, as all the theories seem to be going. I don't know. You know, I could probably bet that for the next week, I'm just going to be seeing constant posts about Camille being naked and wet. I'm also pretty sure that she looked at it as well, like straight down at it, because of course you would. And again, you know, the questions I've had since episode 1 is that why did she leave the Jedi Order? She said she failed. And then, like I said during the reaction, I don't know whether that was just because she couldn't let go of the past and her feelings towards everything that happened there. But, I don't know. But yeah, this helmet, man. It doesn't look as strong as Beskar. To be honest, it looks like it's taken a hell of a lot of damage too. And he's obviously been repairing it. He's got an ample supply of cortosis to repair it as much as he needs. But we saw the veins of cortosis on that rock wall, so he's got plenty there. Other than that, I mean, let me know what you all thought about this episode. Let me know what your current theories are regarding Khmer and Venestra and their connection, if they have one. And that's it for this week, guys. Join me next week for episode 7 as the mystery deepens and we get more questions than answers. But until then, as usual, if you all enjoy this reaction and want to see more, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, join me next time. I'll see you there.